something for you. Hey, first of all, hey boys and girls. I want to play something, a tape for you guys. There have been 4 or 5 guys to play lead guitar for the Clams. I mean, I'm one of them. But, and they've all done good work. I mean, the basic 4 were Dave Anderson, and then John Fernandez took his place when Dave left, and then I did a decade or so. And then Dave came back for a decade or so, and I was second guitar. I was switched back to second guitar. And then for the last decade or a little more than that, Jan Towler and I have split the guitar work. I've got other things to do, so he does most of the heavy lifting. Occasionally I still play some lead. But, the one that stands out, though, this is no knock against the rest. I should say Chris Massey also stepped in and played on a couple of things for us, a gig or 2 and a few recordings. Chris was a younger Tom's River guitar player who did quite a bit of good work for a lot of people. The one that stands out, of course, the one people think of, was the original one, which is Dave Anderson. I mean, the Clams are basically Rich Gelbstein, Dave Anderson, and me, and then we were looking for a drummer, and we found Spiro. I went back to Spiro, what I'd known from before, who was a fine, fine drummer. Nuts, but a fine, fine drummer. And Dave has only played with us from 78 to the middle of 81, you know. And then he was gone for a long time. John Fernandez replaced him for a couple of years, but just as I was getting my confidence up to take over, I mean, it's hard to follow Dave. And then when Dave came back in 92 or so, for a while, until 99, or even, he did work with me in this century on some recordings, but we stopped playing live by then. And he was really a good guitar player then. You know, and I'd already forgotten about, you don't think back, you just keep, when you're moving forward. But lately I've been going through material for this new record, and I've been listening to a lot of old tapes. I've been digitizing them because the cassettes are 40 years old and they're starting to wear out. And when you're looking for a particular song, you have to listen to everything on a cassette because you can't define what you're looking for. It's analog. And I've just heard some remarkable live solos. And Dave's only on really 2 records. He's on the Pet Clams, the first one, and he's on My True Story, which is a tour de force. On the Pet Clams, there's not a lot of guitar solos. There's a couple, but you know, it's mainly filling up the spaces with the band. One of the songs we did in that first record was Don't Get So Upset, and I found a very early version of that, which is sort of a goofy song. I found a very early version of that where Dave was the lyrics were "Don't be so upset" or "Don't act so upset," which isn't how it was recorded. It was "Don't get so upset," and so it might have been the first or second time we did it live. But the song was so goofy that we would sort of toughen it up by letting Dave take a sort of extended solo in the middle. And man, I was just listening to one of them, and I thought, oh yeah, this guy can play. So I'd like to play that tape for you guys, just so you can see what I'm talking about when I talk about how good Dave could be. And it's no knock against the rest of us. All of us could play, but man, can he play. All right, stick around and listen. Bye.
If it bothers you so much, you would find a way to stop it. That's being tough.